Hi, how are you? I hope you had an amazing day. It's so good to have you here. My name is Jeanne Rehema. I am a mental health and life coach. And today we talk about taking hold of your promise and what that means for you. So, reference point, the Israelites. They were in Egypt and then they were free to go into the wilderness to worship God. And after they were in the wilderness for some time, they got to this point called Kadesh Barnea. And God told them, this is the land I will give you, flowing with milk and honey and all these good things. So they sent out 12 spies for 40 days. And 2 of the spies came back. They were like, oh, that place has like all this fruit and it's so cool, blah, 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 like amazing stuff. Then the other 10 spies came and said the way they've seen these people who look like giants, and in our eyes we looked to them as grasshoppers. We don't think we can do this. You know, the land is already occupied. We can't possibly do this. So the people got fear in their hearts and were like, oh, we can't do this. And then it angered God because they were given the promise. And God had promised to drive out the inhabitants of where they were, and so that they would occupy. So it's not like where you're going is an unoccupied place. It's this vacuum. There's already people there, but I promise you I will drive them out so you can take hold of your land. But they ended up missing out on their promise because of their lack of faith in God. And God said, you sent out spies for 40 days, and for each day they were spying out the land, saying all the things that could go wrong. We can't do this, there's that. For each day they were out there, you have an equivalent of a year in the wilderness. So the spies were out there for 40 days. They got a year for each day, and they ended up spending 40 extra years in the wilderness. And we can see in Hebrews 4, I'll read the Amplified. Hebrews 4 verse 2. For indeed we have had the good news of salvation preached to us, just as the Israelites also, when the good news of the promised land came to them. But the message they had did not benefit them because it was not united with faith in God by those who had. Your promise, your whatever prophecies you have, whatever promises you have received from God will not benefit you whatsoever if you do not couple them with faith in the promiser. You must believe that God is faithful to keep his word to you. If God tells you, oh, one day you're going to, I don't know, stand in front of people and preach or do spoken word or travel the world, and you're like, oh, no, I can't do that. You see, I'm timid and I'm scared of people. I'm not a people person. People don't like me. I do not have people skills. There's already so many YouTubers and podcasters. Like, where would I possibly fit? It's such a crowded market. I can't really work at that organization. There's people who look way more professional than I do. When you keep looking to yourself to fulfill God's promise for you, instead of having faith in the promiser, you look at the promises and think, I don't fit. The promise means nothing to you, and you can actually miss out on it. So one of the ways of taking hold of your promise, guaranteed way of taking hold of your promise and not losing it, is to have faith in the promiser. Believe that God is faithful to prepare you and equip you and complete the work he has begun in you, to chase out the inhabitants of the land and have you occupy what you are meant to occupy, do what you're meant to do. Yeah, so if you want more of this content, go to jeannerehema.com. I'll put a link in the description. Sign up and you'll get more of these things in your inbox. Have an amazing day. I look forward to hearing what you think in the comments. Yeah, remember, God loves you, and go live your life for the audience of one. Bye.